So I want to tell you a little story about this. Here's why it's so important. There are so many needs around us, so many people in trouble, so many people that need the gospel, so many nations that have not heard about Jesus. And so we heard this morning that our team just came back from Uganda. We sent a dozen people to Uganda. They had this amazing trip. And one of the things they did 2 medical missions in 2 remote communities. And it's expensive. It costs us a lot of money. The medical mission alone was $50,000. The doctors volunteered, but you got to get them there. And then you got to set up the tent, set up the clinic and the bandages and the meds and everything else. And it's a very expensive project. And so I'm just going to run a couple of pictures of this. This is the medical clinic that we just hosted. And what happened was there was 3,500 people lined up to come to the clinic. And there was 400 pairs of glasses given away to people who had eyesight problems, teeth extracted, infections dealt with, wounds dealt with. This picture here is this person being tested for malaria. It was malaria season while our team was there. Now, are you ready for this? 600 of these people actually had malaria. They were in a remote area. They had no access to medical care. There was no clinic, no hospital, and they certainly wouldn't have money to pay for the treatment. Those people all got treated for malaria, and the death rate, the fatality rate, if you contract malaria without medication, are you ready for this? Is 100%. All of those people would have died, but because of you and your generosity, 600 people are alive and walking around Uganda today. Not to mention that they heard the gospel as well. And so this is why it's so important for us to understand that it's not good enough for us just to have enough. I know everyone in this room wants to have an abundance for every good work. And the metaphor that Paul uses is sowing and reaping. And in Paul's day, in Jesus' day, they used this term all the time because people understood it. It was an agricultural community that you sow a seed, you reap a harvest, and the harvest you receive back is much bigger than the seed you sowed. So they all got it. They all understood it. Today we struggle a bit. We're not really an agricultural community. Number 1, don't eat the seed. Number 2, plant a money tree seed. Number 3, expect a harvest. This is not complicated stuff. But I'm telling you, the first one is the most important thing. Don't eat the seed. Did you catch what the verse said? He said this. He said, he gives seed to the sower and bread for food. He does 2 things. God is going to supply your bread. He's going to supply your food, but he's also going to supply for you seed for the sower. And what's incumbent upon us is that we're able to distinguish between bread and seed. And here's what we do so often in life. We think that everything that God has blessed us with is food, and we eat it and we consume it. And one of the big mistakes people make in our culture and many cultures is they eat the seed.